A Tijuana Christmas by Albert Monkey Fist. My monster is made of black sidewalk gum. She rubbed her chin and acted like she considered it. That's stupid. We walk, bumping into each other's long shadow on the boardwalk. Need ice cream. I could feel her shadow. No sun, but warm. Oh, and your monster capitalism is better? You think you're a rebel punk because you hate the biggest, hardest to understand things in the world. Capitalism, the UN, Catholic Church, America, Amazon. Isn't it weird they're all just too big? It's lazy. I sure do hate gravity. Let's overthrow it. Go ahead and name a big organization that you don't hate. She looks up. Bald heads make boys look older and girls look younger. She had on a jean jacket with buttons. The Joy Division button missing after I told her they got their name from a sexual slave wing of Nazi death camps. It was replaced with a Misfits pin. The Misfits got us to their favorite movie, White Zombie, and how life works like a Cockney rhyme. To us, making a horror movie. The Red Cross. Okay, fair. I'm debunked. Your monster doesn't have an origin story. It's just gum. No, first off, it's made up of all the souls that stepped on it. That's campy and stupid. At least with capitalism, you can't take a cell phone picture of it. All modern horror sucks because of cell phones, 911, and CCTV. The movie has to explain why no one has a picture of Bigfoot, demons, and aliens. They have to make it all in your head, or a lost phone or demons just start popping up today. They're working around why the phone doesn't work is half the film. By then, the exposition cuts the wires of suspended disbelief. One phone call, and Black Gum Monster would last an hour before a bunch of movie ushers used their scrappers on him. Fine. How would you open your movie? With kids clawing dirt in Uganda for toxic metals used in cell phones. She was right. Even in the real world, horror had to happen all at once. Cell phones replaced serial killers with mass murders. Serial killers had build-up, risk a macabre backstory. You could follow their trail for years. Was it the mayor? Fatty Arbuckle? The milkman that's coming at 2? Meanwhile, a mass murder is a one-pump chump. Not worth a movie. Mystery is going away. Fan dancing devolved to gynecology. She and I are simpatico. We take turns ruining each other's beliefs. I love smashing everything between us. It just leaves pure us. It's like when you meditate and you push away thoughts. That's not horror, that's a documentary. You must give capitalism a will, or there's no monster to fight or run from. Fine, you win. We'll do Black Gum Monster. My brother is doing toys for tots at the mall. You want to buy some sex toys and throw them in? Her brother grew up with her dad in San Isidro while she lived in Tijuana. I met her at the soda club when she was visiting her brother. Among her buttons, she has a Young Ones button and the Damn button next to each other. I had to tell her. Did you know the Damned played on the Young Ones? She spun her stool around too far. Did you know I put them next to each other, just waiting for you to ask? We just met. Did we? We went on about all the band on the young ones, Ken Bishop, Nice 12, covered Subterranean Blues, how it was about the weather underground, not the weather. Dexy Midnight Runners, The Damned, Madness, and the Sex Pistols Manchester show. That Miracle in Manchester was filled with nobodies that would create a dozen genres of music. I was too busy listening and talking to see. Her hair was black, with a white shine, like in the comics. I didn't know that really happened. I thought it was lazy coloring. It changed colors with the band's lighting. I don't think we ever stopped talking. I like the idea of it, but it's too much work. Plus, if he doesn't fish them out, an orphan will get a dildo for Christmas. How about instead we ruin the Caliente Casino ghost tour? She raised a finger in protest. Sir, actually, the elevator couldn't drop down to the hidden bottom floor, smashing everyone. Elevators have safeties attached to their speed governor that activate when the elevator goes too fast, and La Faraona was... I covered her mouth. Her lips touched my hands. A stolen kiss. I pulled away. Nope. We are not going to fuck with La Faraona. That's real bad medicine. The ghost, Hollywood murders, mob, and the cartels. More bad medicine than Purdue. That place is leaking at the seams with ghosts, and not the good kind. Chindi. It's all the bad parts of the person left behind. Caldo de tronquito? Yeah, caldo de tronquito. She began to cross herself. I pushed her hand down. I thought as we walked aimlessly for hours, lost and pouring ourselves into each other, how we didn't get run over. We wouldn't even notice if we got pulled into a van and duct taped. But she was leading this dance. We stopped, and there it was, the Caliente. She was rocking on her toes, hands interlocked behind her back. Girls weren't cute. She was. She didn't know I was wrapped around her finger, but I was. She put out her hand. You know, Clark Gable just finished A Free Soul when he first walked through those doors. She was meant for that Tijuana, not this Tijuana. She was Tonatiuh, sleeping gold light. And the city was pimple-ass Nanahuatzin, waking her for the fifth age, the worst age. Get up and create Smokey and the Bandit Part 3. How about we make nothing new? How about we let her sleep and keep us in her loving memories? Don't kick us out there. All of Hollywood, D.C., and the underworld would come here and drink champagne from her stiletto. Now it's breathing machines, rascal scooters, and slots. Her grandmother worked here as a flamenco dancer, but her grandfather was not the tocadores. She was fascinated with the place. So, what do you want to do? She knew. Go to the hidden basement? I tried to speak. I know it's there. I know how to get to it. You have to hold down the numbers 6, 1, 7, and 4 at the same time, and wham! You go down to the hidden basement. You know, folks like Bugsy, Gable, Carol Lombard, even Victor Hugo Halperin would go down to that basement to God knows what. She felt deeply connected to the movie Supernatural with Carol Lombard when she found out it had the whole cast of White Zombie, and that cast conducted seances with mobsters less than 5 miles from her house. All of this because I talk shit about Joy Division and life Cockney rhymes. How do you know about the buttons? You know how. Fine. We'll go down to the golden age of Hollywood Murder Incorporated seance basement, but I am not going to role play like I'm a Texas millionaire and you're, she interrupted, his flamenco dancing mistress? At least think of a 21st century con. How about I'll be me and you be you, and we just walk into a place that will allow us in without a glittery dress and a shoestring tie we don't have? We walked into the front door that pretended multiple murders and dark ceremonies never happened. The complex was wide, but no more than 3 stories. Hey, there's not 7 floors. How are we going to push 7? It's not 7 stories. Up. She pointed down, popping her lips on the P. We wandered through gardens and ornate rooms. Let's go to the gold bar first. The heavy door resisted as if it knew we were poor. Holy shit! They stole a room from Versailles. There are donkey shows in walking distance of this. We looked at each other. We knew that on the bell curve of donkey show and the gold bar, we were the donkey show. We both knew this was the fanciest thing in 100 miles, either side of the border. It was a gold court room. We both saw Chaplin dance boneless ballerina around Marlene Dietrich with his hat cocked on her head, singing Drunten im Unterland. We danced possessed around the empty ballroom, our feet the only beat. Pardon me, good sir, may I cut in? There's nothing to cut. You're already in. Are you saying Eve didn't court Adam because it was a done deal? There are formalities. If we are on a deserted island and you stole my coconut, I would still hold court. And if you're my only option to dance with, I will still court you. Well then, I will do my part and act disinterested. We heard someone move between the pillar and through the door. Elevator. We left the 4th age and cut through the 5th. It was red and blue lights and jackpot arcade cacophony. Capitalism should be the monster. This was once an Algonquin round table. Now the movable feast was a toothless, endless buffet, metamucil and prunes. All families dead in the West, so the lonely old give what would be inheritance to companies. Forget celebrity murder with these, nothing better to do with the end-of-your-life gambling old people. This is a ghost-making machine. They should have gambled for adventure when they were young. Now they put the Keppel of Love in a Homer Simpson slot. Every day, a maid finds someone dead, with no next of kin, nobody to call. Nobodies are the worst ghosts. You can't resolve their murder. Their whole life is the murder scene. The ghost of Christmas Past would have to suffer through an 80-year-old director's cut of Stora Enso building Helsinki. She stopped. It should be right here. Well, it's a wall. I'll ask the bar guy. I fished around for pesos, ordered a beer. I'd never ordered a beer before. The drinking age in Mexico was 18. How is this the first time I realized I could come down here and drink? A 15-minute trip over the border would have saved me from Balboa Park, King Cobra, next to the after-hours sex club of the park's restrooms. I still felt like I was going to get caught. Does your native law follow you? Excuse me, was there ever an elevator over there? The bartender had caring crow's feet of a mom that were gun sights that could discern innocent mischief from burn-down-the-house mayhem. Oh, yeah, sweetie. Before my time. She leaned on my friend. What's a young girl like you doing listening to the Smiths? They started talking too quick in Spanish for me to keep up. Her buttons. She was the illustrated man, but with buttons. All waiting for someone else's story to come alive. The Smiths. They are the pride and prejudice of bands. When you ask a girl if they like reading, and they say, yes, I love Jane Austen, I feel deflated. The same way with the Smiths and music. It can't be a cult of personality. Morrissey is a cunt. I look at them. Just like when we were walking, she was sincere about getting lost with me and directing me. She really is attentive to the mother's fount of wisdom, but will also get us to the hidden basement. Stories are hard to end. I am just happy here in the in-between. Endings are empty. The hidden basement will be Al Capone's vault, all that sex and no orgasm. I don't want to solve anything. I want to stay this way.